Perhaps the only place on Earth still shrouded in mystery and largely unexplored is the oceans. Oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface. While the average depth of most oceans is 3.7 kilometers, there is one place deeper than 11 kilometers. The Mariana Trench, a place that, despite its freezing cold and crushing pressure, harbors life still waiting to be discovered. But do we really know what hides in such depths? And how was this trench even discovered in the first place? What did the Soviet Union have to do with it? And what about the two mysterious sound recordings that came from the Mariana Trench over time? In this video, we'll seek answers to all of these questions as we dive deep into the Mariana Trench on a journey full of mystery. About 180 million years ago, during the Jurassic period when dinosaurs ruled the land, a battle began in the depths of the ocean. Two massive tectonic plates collided slowly but relentlessly. The Pacific plate began sliding beneath the Philippine plate. This immense weight dragged the ocean floor downward, eventually forming the deepest scar on our planet, the Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench stretches 2,550 kilometers across the ocean floor. Its deepest point lies 10,984 meters below. Some recent measurements even suggest depths beyond 11,000 meters. In horizontal scale, it's as wide as continents, and in vertical scale, it's deep enough to swallow Mount Everest. And in 1872, this abyss was about to be discovered. Chapter 1. Discovery. The HMS Challenger embarked on one of the greatest scientific expeditions in history. Its mission was to map the ocean floor, and during its voyage it covered nearly 70,000 miles, about a third of the distance from Earth to the Moon. Along the way, it conducted depth measurements at 350 locations. The method was simple. A long rope with a weighted bar was lowered until it touched the seabed. That's how they calculated depth. During one of these stops, near Guam in the Western Pacific, they let the rope down. The wooden reel squeaked as the rope kept unwinding. Minutes passed, but the line still descended, spinning faster and faster. 3,000 meters, 5,000 meters, 7,000 meters. The crew watched in shock. Finally, the reel stopped. The recorded depth, 4,475 fathoms, 8,185 meters. Silence filled the ship. No one had ever measured such an unfathomable depth before. It seemed like a bottomless rift in the earth. That day, without realizing it, the Challenger's crew had opened the first page of a historic discovery. But here are some little-known facts. The first recorded depth was actually wrong. Currents and rope drift weren't accounted for. Also, the initial drive to map the ocean floor wasn't purely scientific, it was military. The real purpose was to find safe regions for laying undersea cables and to optimize naval routes. Years later, in 1951, HMS Challenger 2 used the then-new sonar technology. Although sonar had been invented in the early 1900s and refined in the 1940s for detecting submarines, it now provided a way to map the sea much faster and cheaper than ropes. When Challenger 2 made its measurements, the result was astonishing. About 10,900 meters deep, the deepest known point in the ocean. To honor the ship, this point was named Challenger Deep. Imagine placing the 102-story Empire State Building there. It would look like a mere toy at the bottom. The world was captivated. This was the deepest place on Earth, and people wanted to go there. Chapter 2. Journey to the depths. But there was a problem. The pressure at such depths was 1,000 times greater than normal sea level, equivalent to the weight of 3 Eiffel Towers pressing on you. To visualize this, scientists placed a mannequin head into a high-pressure chamber. The result was bizarre and comical. The head shrank significantly. Now imagine what would happen to a human body. Terrifying. A solution had to be found. In 1953, eccentric Swiss scientist Auguste Piccard dreamed of being the first man to reach Challenger Deep. For this, a pressure-resistant vessel was needed. He designed a special type of submersible called a bathyscaphe, built for vertical descent rather than horizontal travel. In 1958, the U.S. Navy bought and modified Piccard's Trieste, redesigning it to withstand 11,000 meters of pressure. On January 23, 1960, the first manned descent into the Mariana Trench finally took place. Auguste himself was too old, so his son Jacques Piccard, together with U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh, volunteered. For 9 hours, they endured a cramped, risky journey. At 3,000 feet, they were already in complete darkness. Soon, they witnessed something miraculous, glowing bioluminescent creatures as if from a fantasy world. After about 5 hours, they reached the bottom, 36,000 feet deep. It was a place humanity would almost never see. Silent, pitch black, otherworldly. Through the porthole, they saw soft sediment and few marine creatures, including a surprising sight, a flat, white fish about 30 centimeters long. Biologists believed fish couldn't survive under such pressure, yet here it was. Jacques Picard later wrote, "The question biologists had been asking for decades was answered in front of us. Could life exist at the ocean's deepest point? Yes, life was there. Right before our eyes, due to disturbed sediment clouding the view, they had to ascend. But they had achieved the impossible, the deepest manned descent in history. For the US, this was also a propaganda victory. After the Soviet Union had launched the first satellite in 1957, America countered by being the first to reach the deepest point of Earth in 1960. This region below 6,000 meters was long ago named the Hadal Zone, after Hades, the god of the underworld, the deepest, darkest, coldest, and most forbidding part of the oceans. Perhaps that is why strange sounds recorded in the Mariana Trench years later sparked speculation that something else might be living down there. Chapter 3. The Mysterious Sounds. In 1997, NOAA recorded a sound unlike anything heard before. Unlike the bloop and other deep-sea noises, this sound could be detected even from 3,000 kilometers away. It didn't match earthquakes, icequakes, or any known sea creature. Some scientists suggested it could belong to a massive unknown marine animal. Others thought it was geological activity. To this day, no definitive explanation exists. Then, in late 2014, another strange sound was captured west of the Mariana Trench. NOAA hydrophones first picked up a low rumble, followed by a sharp rising tone. At first it was baffling. After months of analysis, researchers suggested it was an unusual call of the dwarf minke whale, Balaenoptera acuterostrata, perhaps. But one mystery remained. Why was it only heard seasonally, and only around the Mariana region? Even today, the source of that sound and the secrets of the Hadal depths remain unknown. Maybe one day, our technology will finally reveal what lies in the eternal darkness. But until then, the Mariana Trench will continue to be one of Earth's greatest mysteries.